2024 Mexico City Grand Prix. Dick's Race Notes. Hey gang, here are my race notes. Here goes. Number 1. The pressure on Max and Lando continues to ramp up. Lando is in the far easier position in some respects because he is the hunter and Max is the hunted. Max's driving is showing that he is getting to be a bit more desperate, given his driving as of late. Max is quick, but I am having doubts about how clean of a racer he is. And Max is getting zero backup from his teammate, which brings me to Number 2. Sergio suffered through another horrible weekend, and now Red Bull is behind both McLaren and Ferrari in the Constructors' Championship. With Red Bull clearly not being the dominant car in the series, they need Sergio scoring at every race, and that is just not happening. I would not be shocked if Sergio was replaced by either Lawson or Tsunoda at Red Bull in the next few weeks. Which, number 3, leads me to some pure speculation for the silly season. Might we see either Lawson or Tsunoda promoted to the Red Bull seat, and for 2025, Colapinto might be signed to VCARB? It actually makes too much sense, so it probably won't happen, but you never know. Number 4. Just thinking out loud here, but on tracks that feature long straights, it seems like Ferrari is the hot ticket. I think we will see a battle between Red Bull and McLaren in Brazil this coming weekend, but I suspect that at Las Vegas, Ferrari will drive off into the distance and thank everyone else for showing up. Number 5. Despite the pressure that I spoke about Max being under, I just don't see Lando catching and passing Max in the championship. Max's drive back into the points after those penalties was a work of art, as was Piastri's recovery from his disastrous qualifying on Saturday. Max did a super job of minimizing his self-inflicted damage. Number 6. Speaking as an Aston Martin, read Fernando Alonso fan, they really suffered through a horrible weekend, didn't they? Alonso himself made his 400th race start, which is amazing, but he retired early with overheating brakes, so there was very little to cheer about. Fernando did say that they gained a lot of knowledge and data about their upgrades, so maybe that is hopeful. Number 7. Brazil should be a very interesting race, with a very different track as compared to Mexico City. Let the battle continue. Sabrina's race notes. Thanks, Dick. Great points. Here's mine. Number 1. Carlos and Charles. Yet again, Ferrari was overshadowed by a Norris and Verstappen duel. Congrats this week to Carlos. What a drive and win. He's doing everything in his power to go out of Ferrari, giving it his all. I've said it before, but I think he is underrated, and the loss of his race seat should not be seen as a reflection on his ability. I also have to mention that Charles' snap of oversteer while battling Lando had me gasp. Number 2. Lando and Oscar. Lando's much discussed friendship with Max is definitely feeling the pressure, at least on track. However, I don't mind that. It's what we all want to see, 2 competitors fighting it out. That said, I want it to be clean and fair. On Oscar, I still can't believe he didn't make it out of Q1. What a disaster. It was painful. Number 3. Max, Sergio, Liam, and Yuki. Ay. Max is his own worst enemy. If he's not careful, he's going to make the gap for his seemingly inevitable win even more narrow and uncomfortable. Yuki is pushing to show he deserves to be considered. Unfortunately, that's leading to mistakes. Sergio is in a pressure cooker. Unfortunately, what should be a joyous weekend was full of sadness. Just looking at Papa Perez's face told you their fears may be coming true. Liam is trying to prove himself. If he's not careful, he'll overdo it. He needs to take a page out of Franco and Ollie's books rather than Nick DeVries. Drive clean and good. Everyone will notice. Number 4. Fernando. Bummed that he had a DNF, especially after all the accolades about 400 race weekends. That said, if you caught his recent interview, you know he's looking to the future, and I'm excited to see what the 2026 season has for him. Number 5. George and Lewis. I feel for Mercedes, George, and Lewis. This is painful. I commend them for pushing forward and digging deep. Number 6. Kevin. Kevin was the quickest non-Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes driver. Considering that a few races ago he had a race ban, I am pleased to see Kevin continue to drive with all enthusiasm and making the most of this Haas car, which seems to be moving in the right direction. And for the team, What a joy to see them arrive to Q3 and have both cars score points. Number 7, Pierre. He made it to Q3 and he had a strong race. Number 8, Valtteri. Did you see how long he managed those tires in the race? And then number 9, some F1 hot topics, fastest lap point, and racing guidelines. I am ambivalent about the fastest lap point. That said, I would award points to whoever qualifies for pole. And finally, as a non-racer, the racing guidelines frustrate me because they are not public. I have to rely on commentators to elaborate based on their own presumption. As a lawyer, I understand that guidelines can't foresee all circumstances. Incidents are dependent on the specific facts of a specific incident or situation. Guidelines set the parameter. As a fan, understanding those parameters enables me to accept decisions made by the sporting authorities. Making these guidelines public gives fans like me the tools to develop our knowledge base and might mitigate a lot of the negative, ignorant social commentary.